I think I have everything
Your head
set
looks
up
so
to
tiny.
be the right stuff.
Hey, I like my tiny head.
I think we up and running. Has anyone thrown out a notification that I can bum off of?
Oh yeah, I think Eldritch posted.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Eldritch
Fell out here
Saint.
looking like the Goomba from the Super Mario movie.
Saint
That was such a
Eldritch.
strange movie.
It was. Dude, the Goombas in that still scare me.
Wait, for the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dinosaur man.
Yeah, the dino dudes.
You said
Don't scare
Goomba,
me.
okay. First time I heard you, I thought you said Roomba. And I was like,
Well,
how did Mario have a Roomba?
It's an anachronism.
The famous Mario Roomba.
You know.
I like Toad because Toad is basically just playing. Everybody, let's get along, like out in the streets, and then he got like captured and turned into a Goomba.
I don't remember what Toad looks like in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't
I only
Doesn't
remember
he
what
have like a
Bowser looks like.
spiral on top of his head?
He's got like the front hair kind of like combed up like that, you know, like yeah. I don't know what that's called. It's not even a pompadour. It's like what kids in elementary
weird.
school used to have. When I was a kid,
faux hawk?
they would gel their hair and then have the front just come out like that, just the top.
Oh, yeah.
I hated it. I thought that was the dumbest hairstyle. All the cool boys had it though.
Well,
He's dressed like a TGI. He's dressed like a TGI Fridays waiter in this picture that I'm finding.
Yeah, he's got the overalls or whatever, right? The suspenders.
Well, he's got yeah.
Also,
He's got
hi,
a lot of
Just like you.
buttons.
yeah,
You
hey,
got
everyone.
suspenders too, right?
Here they are.
Welcome to week 17, where we talk about
Suspenders.
suspenders and fashion of the youth and the Super Mario movie.
Yeah, we've decided to take a very different direction with our show for the rest of it. So get used to it.
Just a weird podcast at this point.
Yeah. Just podcast
you
with
should-
visuals.
You should expect
the
like
name
half of the
of
show
your
to be us
podcast.
talking about random nonsense, and half of the show to be playing Dungeons and Dragons.
A healthy mix.
That's our standard now.
Mm. Just like all other D&D podcasts.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be. You know, D&D, absolute fucking bullshit that has nothing to do with
You
D&D.
used our F-bomb for the week as well.
Oh well.
Wow.
No.
Oh, well.
Got it out of the way now.
Dang.
Well, we are already technically an hour late because your boy had to nap in, so why don't we just...
Had to is kind of presumptuous. I don't know if had to makes a lot of
good.
sense. No one was forcing you to sleep through our session.
I was.
I forced myself.
Go to sleep.
It was one of those nights,
Just wake up
dudes.
to your alarm and your hand just comes up and decks you unconscious.
Wouldn't be surprised, honestly. The body does what it wants when you are asleep. Don't fact check me. that's law.
Can't prove it.
You
Can't prove it. does it.
Can't prove it.
I mean, isn't that just what sleepwalking is? Is your
Yeah.
body doing what it wants while you're asleep?
Dude, I managed to sleepwalk all the way downstairs into a different bed when I was little. Woke up in a different bed downstairs, and I'm just like, what happened? Why am
How did I get here?
What tragedy happened?
Right?
Mm.
I gotta tell
Ugh.
Discord that things are happening.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Should we beat up this guy that we put into a corner?
You saved me. Thanks so much. Has a gun pulled on him.
Yeah. We left off last session with a lot of in-town chillaxing.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
A lot of upgrades. On your way back through the ravine to see if your friend the cartman is still around, even though you never really talked to him or knew what was going down with him. You just assumed they were dragged off, as well as their horse. There was no other horses there.
Only Whirlwind survived.
Only Whirlwind survived, conveniently. On the way past the cave where you defeated the skeleton puppet thing, you were attacked by a strange mass of not willing to comprehend creature as it was attacking one of the Opal Eye Scholars. And what do you know? You have him at gunpoint now, or it. Wiggle wave back into the game, and the scene playing out as he holds up his hands.
Where did I feel him being? This is gonna be a weird question. Where did I feel him being squishy? It's strange.
Around the ribs and the side. That's usually where you go to first for a pat down.
Does he have like a shirt that he can like lift up to show? I don't want to make this person take off their mask, but
but their clothes, yes.
You don't have to take off your mask, just your clothes.
Just your clothes.
Just the rest. The
We're not
mask
going to violate
stays on.
You can hide your identity.
Mask stays on.
He seems to be wearing, much like your friend Beth was, just a lot of leathers and full covering clothes. They got like a cowl that's over this thick leather, like half duster. It goes down to like their knees rather than their ankles, but looks very well buttoned up and strapped to them. Their like pants are tucked into these leather boots that go up to their shins, like any boot does. I don't know why I specified the shin.
I will, as I have my gun, I think I have, if I recall, I had my gun pointed at them. Silas had their swords raised. I don't know if and I think Ra did as well. I don't know if Adelaide, but is Comet, I don't think Comet can be between all of us. Is Comet standing directly in front of me or anybody else? I don't.
I mean, I'm assuming I just kind of like Comet just kind of like tried to make his way in. I don't know if it was successful, but Comet definitely tried to like make his way between everyone. Well, not everyone specifically, but I guess where he is now, Silas and Adelaide, because that's kind of the location I was in.
Yeah,
where Comet was in.
Since that is where the tokens fell, I suppose.
Yeah.
You are in between the marshals, but you definitely have a gun to this dude. Like, you got that piece ready.
Now because of the take off your clothes joke, I don't have anything prepped to say that isn't going to come off silly on how to ask him to do this. Because I was going to say,
ribs go, buddy?
I was going to say, show us your chest, but that doesn't sound appropriate to say anymore.
I'll try to.
Or lift your shirt, which also doesn't sound appropriate to say anymore to this person.
I'll try to like give you a way out here. I'll say,
hey, buddy, why are we pointing our weapons at the sky?
Something is wrong.
Guys, we don't need to be attacking him. I think he's really hurt.
He nods.
Where are you injured?
I think he needs a lot of help. He looks kind of bad.
I'll gesture to his like stomach area and I'll say, then show us your injuries.
He looks down.
That one flies. That one passes.
He looks down at himself, not showing any really visible wounds. It's like, I don't think you take many lacerations from falling from a cliff. Was it torn up?
Oh, the fall was so bad it knocked out all of my bones.
Yeah. Oh no! What do you know? My bones. Oh, shut up, my bones.
My quest to you, adventurers, is to retrieve all 30 of my bones.
Oh, it's this kind of side quest?
Yeah, you find like bone shots.
I don't
everywhere.
understand what do you mean something's wrong? He doesn't look like he has any injuries.
I'll cock the gun. I'll pull the hammer back.
Wait.
Dang it. I'll say so. He's wearing like a what would I call his like a shirt? Would it make sense to?
Yeah, like a leather over shirt thing, a gambeson almost.
I won't even. I'm not even gonna ask at this point. I'll say to Ra, keep the sword trained on him, and I'm gonna like approach and attempt to like lift it up myself.
He definitely hesitates. But let's see how willing they are to let their chest be peeped.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see those packs.
Oh no, he's just ripped.
Oh god, he's hot.
Oh god, he's hot. He's just cut.
He's carved from marble. Oh god.
I love what Cheeki said before the game, and now we're just completely stepping on that.
You seem easily able to undo one of the little clasps that keep his shirt shut at the front.
Ooh.
And after like shoving it to the side, you see that they are like tightly bound in like almost like they're like mummified underneath. You just see like wrapping after wrapping around and around their chest and upper torso and lower their whole
Just a bunch of bandages.
everything you see is just wrapped up in bandages.
In a
Yes, he's
in a
very hurt.
in a non-sensual way, I want to try and remove the bandages.
In the most platonic way possible.
I don't like how you said. I don't like how you described how slowly I was removing the
Yeah,
buttons.
yeah,
That's
no.
not what's happening here.
You snap open that shirt and you see that shit. That's
No.
what we do. You-
No, I don't.
Why don't you grab his arm? Just like take off the glove and just like let's see that hand, you know?
I want to do it my way.
Alright, okay.
I'm gonna commit to the bit.
I've already come this far.
Doing
I'm
it
not gonna
live.
like. Oh, after seeing his chest, I'm gonna take off a glove. I want the full
he will
picture.
reach down and grab at your wrist, not in like the most sudden reaction in the world, but he does look at you with his metal beak. This dude's mask seems to be made out of metal.
I'll say. I'll give him the chance. I'll say. Explain.
I get injured a lot.
Yeah, and he looks like he needs help right now.
Question for the DM. Do I get this? I don't know if that's like an insight thing. Do you want me to roll can I roll insight to see if I like believe him or? Because I thought you said that I like felt that something was. It was not just injuries. I felt something really, really strange.
I wouldn't even think you need, even for you, like, this dude's being sus. He's not... Things don't check out.
No, he's the imposter.
Yeah, he's...
I call an emergency meeting.
You send him out into the abyss.
Common is also acting pretty sus right now, I do want to say. Yeah, I'll
You
try.
can inside comment,
that's not,
probably, but...
That's not
That'd
good
be
enough for
very
me.
obvious.
I'm gonna try and just quickly tear the bandages away to see what happens.
Alright, roll an attack. If you hit, you get tear.
Like an unarmed strike,
Yeah.
or just want me to like?
Oof. Yeah. Bats your hand away, kind of quickly brandishing a dagger out in front of him, kind of backhanding it, like, not really pointing it at anyone, just holding it at defense. You gotta be careful what you're looking for, buddies. Some things you don't want to find out.
I
Whoa.
kind of need some answers.
Then ask
I need
questions
them.
rather than grabbing at people.
I'll come clean to like Raw and I guess the rest of the party and just kind of explain and whatever words make the most sense about like what it is that I felt or like what was strange about it. And I'm not completely sure of what that was, but I'll explain to them that like what the case is.
You remember it was squishy and you definitely felt like you poked something that had like a more illicit reaction. Like, viewers will know you accidentally jabbed him in like a torso eye, as we know that he's got this weird, bound up aberration. But it was like you just poked like a wound on him. But the rest of him was very like putty. He's a putty man.
See, that's
Alright.
why I think he's very hurt. And I turned to the guy and I was like, does that does the mask hurt?
What do you mean does the mask hurt?
Well, it looked like it was pulling on you. You're kind of stretched a little bit when it fell.
I'm gonna cast Divine Sense on this motherfucker.
Go ahead. What things
Yeah,
does it
it's,
specify?
Within 60 feet of me, I can identify if a place has been concentrated, blah, 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 or if it's a celestial fiend or undead in front of me.
There's none of those things in front of you.
Okay.
You're hiding your true nature from us.
Aren't we all?
No.
Yeah, but also, people's true nature don't, like, attack them and attack others when they try to defend them. Which sounds like is what happened. So, what's going on?
Been held at gunpoint. That's what's happening.
Yeah, Flotsam, I think we can put the weapons away. Everyone.
Comment, something's wrong with this.
Flotsam at this point is like exhausted the extent of what he thinks he is appropriate to say, so I'm just gonna like look at Raw for like what to do.
Normally, I wouldn't ask someone to reveal what's under their mask.
And I kind of look to Vraden, who, we've had chances. We've kind of allowed him to keep his privacy. But I look back at him and I'm like,
But I don't know you, and my friends are spooked by you, and I was spooked by whatever the hell that thing was that we just fought. So I think you kind of owe us an explanation, and I mean a truthful one. We'll know if you're not being truthful, or you could probably explain a lot better if you just let us see what's under the mask.
Roll up persuasion, I suppose.
okay. I'm going to roll my 0 persuasion.
Well.
There's no way I can assist in that, could I?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
the rules.
well,
the rules
I guess
say.
it's not in the cards then. I didn't roll very well at all.
He looks around, kind of stepping back against the wall as more as he can. He's kind of already up against it. Come on, fellas, we all got our secrets, don't we?
Again, your secrets just tried to kill us, so if you want us to let you go, you owe us an explanation at least. Gold would be nice too, but I'm willing to waive that.
Yeah, do I look like I got gold on me?
Oh?
Let's just say, look, some of the members of the Order aren't too stable. When they get destabilized, they turn into things. When they're threatened at gunpoint, they might get stressed.
Yeah. I know, it's stressful. I've been threatened at gunpoint plenty of times. I get it. But also, it's usually deserved. Like, usually I was trying to kill somebody, and then they put me at gunpoint in self-defense. Like, I didn't blame them for it. And you just had this monster. I don't know what the hell that was. You haven't even begun to explain whatever that was to us.
Well, I don't think anyone here wants to fight. I think we're just trying to look for some answers.
I'm gonna take a step back.
So I think sitting down, taking a breath would probably be the better way to do that.
I'll lower my swords, but I'm not going to sheath them because they're still on fire, and I don't want to have to.
I'm gonna ask you one more time nicely, and for your sake, I hope you cooperate with us. Would you please explain what that thing was, and what you mean by destabilize, and what that means for your group?
You hear like
And this time,
a
can I do
metal
it-
sigh. Yeah, roll an intimidate for him.
Yeah, I want to be intimidating. Alright, come on.
Big money, big money.
Whammies.
Oh.
It's better.
He'll kind of step away from Comet a little, like sitting against the wall a little, kind of on like a little bit of a lump. It's like you
A lean.
threaten a man that has nothing left. But look, our order up there, we have our way of doing things. We got things going on. We got secrets, like anyone does.
And how much of the order are you part of now that you're outside and can't go back in?
What?
You said that once you're outside, you can never go back into the place where they
Yeah,
tossed you out of.
Once we're kicked out, we are exiled. Doesn't mean our allegiance
So what do you have to
doesn't
lose
mean,
by sharing?
but we don't just lose our allegiance to the order and our goals just because we're left. I'm gonna go conduct
They
my
seem to have lost their
research.
allegiance to you.
It's complicated, okay? Look,
Well, what are your goals?
to analyze, inspect, see if this place is in need of purging.
Okay. And so, what have you analyzed about the thing we just fought?
Guy looks up at
I
you,
couldn't
Comet,
see it.
being a very, being a very less threatening person.
This is literally the good cop, bad cop
Yeah.
routine. But there are 4 bad cops.
But well,
I'm just looking down at him. Did he tell us his name?
yeah, but I forget it. It was something.
Okay.
I didn't write it down, so it's, I don't know.
No worries.
It's whatever I said last week. That thing up there,
Last time on it.
it's,
Mhm.
it was technically one of us. But they were destabilized.
Can you explain what that means?
Unbound, untethered, released. No, we're not demons or anything.
Well, I think more. I think I just don't really understand what that, because those words can mean a lot of things. So.
I famously
You-
know many words.
How,
All right,
how
let's
does-
get this straight. Are you saying that the thing that we just killed, that was someone else from your order, that destabilized, and that could happen to you too, and you're not gonna give us any more details, like why that's happening to you in the first place, or how it comes about?
Again, secrets. What do you want me to just spiel everything about my own? That's heresy.
Well, I mean, like, but you just told us already that was one of your members of the order.
I mean, that's
right?
fine. What are you gonna... It's just facts. What are you
That means that you could turn into that thing too and hurt people.
If put under the right circumstance, not a thing that we just... I mean, I lied about the stress thing, but, it's not just a thing that's just like, oh, I stubbed my toe, I turn into a beast.
So how does the process work?
It's like, that's what happens to me.
It's a whole...
What caused a member of your order to become destabilized?
It's just different people have different reactions to it,
How about this then? Is it every member of the order has a risk? Like, they're like you in the sense that they could become destabilized?
He looks down and kind of nods a little.
Wait, I'm confused.
You get that a lot, don't you?
Pretty much.
Hey, I'm risking my life for you, buddy. These guys, I'm the only one not getting you shot right now.
Are the people that are in your order like that before they go in your order?
He shakes his head.
So, why do they turn into that? Into what you're saying when you're in the order?
Power, insight, knowledge. Many things you can gain from these type of things.
Okay, well, how about this? If someone's like, say, new to the order, like an acolyte or something, is there like an initiation that they have to do later, or is anyone wearing, the outfit essentially already initiated and they have made that deal?
Yeah, there's no acolytes. You're either part of the order or you're not.
Okay. I think that's all we need to know then from you.
My
The
God,
question now. The question now is, what are you gonna do now that you've been exiled?
Research. What can you do? Try to feed my order any knowledge I can from the outside while I'm here and not being shot.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. If you're still technically learning things and putting them or sending them to the order, I guess that makes a little more sense than what I thought.
Yeah, we're just exiled from the buildings, We're not allowed in contamination, One person with the flu walks in, everyone else gets the flu.
Is this the only building that you guys have?
So far. I'm gonna maybe check the inner cities, if I can get there.
Now, I look to the group. We fought little things here before, or we were fought by them, made of very similar material than what we just fought, and then you're explaining. Do you guys create those, or are those other people that turn into those things?
There's like little goblin things that run around hitting at our wall.
Like this tiny...
Yeah, the
No,
meat elementals.
As far as I know, we have nothing to do with them. If one of our exiled is out here doing that, then we have no knowledge of it.
So you don't send everything you learn to your order?
What do you mean? Well, some of us don't. Some of us take it very personally when we're exiled. Others continue our tasks like we should.
Okay. And you said that... So what's your goal?
Research. Development.
You're weird, man.
Sorry, you're on fire.
Well, everyone has their own kind of goals, Rawl.
Yeah, but like, fire's cool. This is weird. This is just strange.
I know.
I'm not alone, right? Like, you guys agree with me? This is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Fire is cool.
Well, I mean, I guess we're just gonna keep going. We kind of came here to do something, and we're glad we were able to help you out. Sorry about getting kicked out. I think it's a bad thing for you.
Sure. Nothing you can do about it.
I turn to Ra. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, you go.
I say, I'm satisfied that this person is not a threat to us, at least in their current state.
Yeah, I think so. Stay away from the town.
And then I'm just gonna walk away.
As Ra's walking away, I'm gonna approach the scholar and I'm gonna get real close to them. If you are collecting information, then let this be an important lesson. Do not cross us. And I'm gonna follow the Hellion.
Charming bunch.
Also, just I hope you get to help out some more people, and maybe learn something along the way too.
Yeah, that's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah. You could come with us if you want, but we're gonna go over to the cave.
I'm just gonna put my hand on Comet's shoulder and just go, and look over towards him. Just go. Oh, no. Go on.
What are you guys kicking me out as well? Exiled everywhere I go.
Oh no! Well, no, you. I mean, you.
No, I get it. No, you guys hate me. You help a man out, then you kick him to the streets. I get it.
Well, how about Silas? How about he?
You unbutton my shirt. You try to grab at my chest. I get it. Shoo.
I mean, if next time we see you, I'll be happy to see you. I'll give you a wave, and I walk back while I'm waving to him.
He's shaking his
head.
I'll just turn towards Adelaide and nod, and walk behind Comet.
I'll shoot him a sympathetic look, then follow.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I do appreciate the help. Good luck out there.
You as well.
Is there a way to remove the turn order thing? I don't know if that shows up on... Oh.
Vanished!
They seem to lumber off their own direction. Into the abyss.
Back to where it all started.
Well, let's zoom out a little.
I was lying right there. Good times.
There's my indentation.
You can still see where my eyes hit the ground.
There's just like a perfect robot face indent on the ground.
Walking up to the overhang, you see...
Wasn't there a path up this way?
There are little ledges you can climb up to get to the top floor.
Because I remember there was something that went like southwest. There was a road.
There was a tree.
We could go that way.
Filled with those
the meat
bad
creatures
boys.
were all gathered there.
They were converging.
We were too afraid. We fought a Hydra, remember?
And there was like a slide or something
there was
that
like
I
a
remember.
really steep slide of mud.
Yeah, it was a real steep hill.
It's like I fought a cove of undead smugglers. I've fought a Hydra, but these scare me.
Isn't there like a rock formation like where we are that of like
up ahead?
Yeah, that's once you get down into
forward.
the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's down into the pit.
Yeah.
Okay, I was the way this was the perspective was confusing to me. I apologize.
Into the hole.
Slide. Actually, we had a ramp that we built, right? So we just kind of down the ramp.
If it's still there.
Little slide ramp.
I guess that's what the bridge is supposed to represent.
Oh, there's the hole.
And I'll just wait for Adelaide.
These
Like how we're just walking.
Oh. I kind of slip a little bit on the mud.
Oh no.
Oh jeez, Comet. Ugh. You're all dirty now.
You're a little dirtier.
So how are we gonna clear the way?
I'll pull you out of the mud.
Well, we can
I mean,
pull the rocks out of the way.
Comet and I are pretty strong.
Yeah, is there like a gameplay thing that we need to do to remove it that we couldn't do last time?
Yeah, you know that you'll need some high explosive of some kind, either a keg of powder, a blasting charge like that, or a higher level explosive spell. Something that would be
Slowly
destructive.
turn to Adelaide.
How high of a level?
Yeah, I've got level 3 at most.
I also have a level 3.
I made
spell.
Fireball's pretty explosive. That'd clear that stuff up easy peasy.
Shatter does a lot of damage to environment stuff.
Yeah, I have I could stand by it and do Thunderwave at 3rd level or something. I think your level 3 spell slots are probably more valuable, Adelaide. So, if it's okay, I can try and remove it.
Do you still have that, like, keg of powder you found? Or did
No,
you
we used it against the
you used it
Ankh
in the
Queen.
Ankh, yeah, because that you could
yeah.
also definitely use here, if you had it.
We gotta go
Which
back
we
in
don't.
time.
But yeah, if you want to
Gotta
cast,
reset our
like,
save file.
Shatter or Thunderwave or anything at 3rd level, it would...
Yeah,
clear this shit right up.
I don't. Yeah, I'll go. I won't stand as close in case something like bursts out of it and starts to attack. So I'll stand. I'll stand back. Like, God, I can do it like from like 60 feet away.
It's our stagecoach.
You all might want to stand aside.
Stand in front of Adelaide.
I'll stand right here and do my shield thing.
Yeah, brace your shield, get ready for...
I've been
I will.
decreed breakable.
We're also slightly
I will
Radiant
pull.
steps up a little.
I will
Rudy,
draw
get-
the.
Get behind me.
I will draw the bow across the strings, focusing my energy at that one singular point, and break open with shatter.
Yeah, very shrill note. You see this little coalescing blob of energy start to form around the rocks as it warps and then crackles, shattering all around. Very loud. Your ears definitely ring a little as it echoes through the ravine. But you do see it completely obliterates the rubble.
Or like your guys' ears, because
Yeah.
your boy don't got no ears.
You have like audio dampening software.
If you take off my hat, there's a little satellite.
Like a spinning.
Oh no!
Is that what your hair is? It's just a little satellite dish.
Yeah, it makes
That's
a little
more-
like sonar noise.
Cannon.
It's canon.
Yeah.
It's just every time we take off your hat, there's a different type of like radar.
There's a new thing. Yeah, like a little like cell phone tower.
You see
Get up from here.
in this little area, it seems to curve off to your right to another little upwards cliff you could potentially climb upon. But directly in front of you see a cave that leads into the mountainside once again. But more notably, you see above the cave on like the ledge where the upper climbing area would get you, you see these three kind of silhouettes looking down at you guys. Almost like the little meat men but a little chunkier.
Oh.
The evolved form of the little meat men.
The evolved men.
So they're tiny.
The originals were meatballs. These are meat patties. Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, these are the hamburger.
And then their evolved form is meatloaf. Is that's the
Yeah,
final
wait till you
form?
find the loaf, dudes. Oof.
The final form is just the whole cow.
It's just a cow.
Just the
Just the cow.
The Pokemon evolution name scheme goes Meaty, Meteor, and then Meteor.
Ooh. It's like a meat rock type.
Meat.
What is meat is weak against?
Probably
Steel,
fire.
probably, actually. Yeah, fire and steel.
Strong against water.
I like the idea that like the final form is actually just dressed up like the singer Meatloaf, and that one of they have sonic attacks like a bat out of hell. You're like, oh.
Oh,
What about the D&D game we're playing?
Yeah, what do you all do? You all met with that description of this area?
Is one of
Do you
them
think
wearing
that's
a
the
little
guy we're looking for?
helmet? Like the one that was in the cave?
What? None of them seem to be wearing any skull motif. They're silhouetted, so it's hard to make out any discernible features.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor. That seems like this is a good time as any to do that.
What does your mage armor look like?
It's basically just like kind of a shimmery covering on my coat and hat and whatnot.
Like they were
Basically,
dipped
put me in
gloss.
plastic wrap.
Cellophane.
I'm gonna put my helmet on and with Shield of Faith.
Nice.
So what's it gonna be? Cave or pass?
Well, I think we gotta go to those figures up there, don't we? We're looking for people.
The drag marks do lead up rather than in. I didn't add them, but they do.
The drag marks?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
although probably long gone and not worth mentioning, but like it's been like
But
a
I've
week.
mentioned them.
Yeah, but they left a big groove in them.
So my Skyrim brain is telling us that into the cave is not main story quest progression, but upstairs is the regular progression. So whichever you guys are.
Let's go back to the cave. Let's figure out what's up with these silhouettes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the silhouettes were up, not in the cave.
They were above
That's
the
where we're
cave.
going.
As you all
Going up.
wander in, about where you is.
Wait, are we going in the cave or no?
We're not.
Maybe
We're
after.
going up the path.
We're going up.
Yeah, I said we could come back for the cave, but we gotta figure out what's going on.
You hear like a much deeper kind of. It's like one of the scabs are kind of screeching, but it's like pitch toned down a lot. Yeah, it's like as you see the silhouettes kind of bowl up, and
Go
landing at the base of this cliff, you see
with a plop.
big
Oh, no way! I didn't think they were that big.
the
Jesus.
big.
Oh, they big.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
God.
And
they're
their
friendly.
expression.
Yeah, they give you a big old hug. They look very
Those guys
mad.
are friendly.
I'll turn order.
Yep.
Well,
Well, shouldn't have walked into the meat man forest.
I'm gonna give Silas advantage on his initiative.
Alrighty.
20. Go. Let's go the Hellion.
God damn.
11.
part of me wishes that they could talk so that they could give us meat pun like one-liners, like "You're about to be mincemeat" or some shit like that.
These
Nice to
things
meet you.
suck. I hate
Nice
them.
to
Ready to be
meet you.
grounded?
Ooh,
Oh.
I need to turn that down a little. I will pay anyone a crisp $5 bill if they can make combat music that isn't the most intense thing on Earth.
Chill combat.
Yeah, right? Like, oh my god.
Chill combat to gently slash your enemies too.
Combat lo-fi. I'm gonna Google that after this just to see if that's a thing.
It's just lo-fi, but there are like swords clanging in the background.
Mm-hmm. Would that be combat though? That feels more like blacksmith or something like that.
Unless they're fighting in the
Occasional
blackness.
screams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see what Viridian's initiative is.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Oh, that's
God.
bad. Yeah.
That's even worse than Comet.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, these big lads are here.
Lads.
Well, I mean, I guess they're kind of genderless. There's nothing.
Oh, I was just
To the
more
sun.
like the lads.
The lads are here.
The fistfuls of meat.
Yep. What are you gonna do, Hellion? You're up first. This thing lands right in front of you.
I am going to activate a blade saw.
Swing.
Well, aren't
And-
both of your swords still on fire?
They are. So I'm gonna go up to a big meatist over here,
Go meet.
and I'm going to try to do a move I like to call meatist elitist, and attack it.
No
Nice.
whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Yay!
Hey!
20 will easily hit big meat.
Commit a
Or-
yagitas.
9.
Yosh.
And then I really need to get into a better habit of using Booming Blade when I only have one attack on a turn. I always forget. Would you be okay with me saying Booming Blade?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, it's already there. Probably gonna move much.
So I deal an extra, not the fire, that didn't happen, but the extra 7 thunder did.
There's a loud bass string being strung anytime you hit a dude.
That sounds cool. I like that. And then that's my turn.
He looks upset.
He looks sad.
Blotsam. The big men are here.
The big man.
What you gonna do about it?
I'm not necessarily worried about the positioning of our party at this point. I guess I'm going to move back.
Retreat.
Maybe there. And on the hulking scab that Hellion is fighting, I guess I'm just gonna do a quick shoot of my gun.
Big ol' bop.
A gun attack.
Blam
I'd
blam.
like to I'm gonna cast gun.
Gun.
Kitchen gun. I'll hit.
Thank you, catching gun.
For a hefty hit. Yosh. Kind of sinks into this thing. It's like shooting into like ballistics gel. It just goes in without this thing really like reacting too much. They've definitely heard it, but these things react weirdly to attacks.
Okay. Good to know.
You've got any bonuses?
That's gonna. Yeah, I do, but there's nothing I really want to use my bonus for, so
I'll say
I'll
what?
just end my turn.
Julio.
Correct.
Big man right here gonna run up to the closest thing he can. Right up to the dude in front of him.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Here we go, here we go, here we go again. I bring on both hands just down on top of you, trying to squish you in the ground. Only one that would come close is potentially a 21.
21 just beats it.
Dang.
For 17 points of bludgeoning as this thing just
Jeez.
hammer punches you into the dirt. You sink like a couple of inches as you kind of brace for it.
Wish.
And then it roars
17,
out. Its mouth just pure meat. There's no esophagus or any like internals. It's just the tongue sticking out the back wall of meat. Adelaide, and a con for your magic.
Yeah.
Oh right, your Shield of Faith.
I think you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adelaide, a lot of meat.
I'm gonna move over here, but like in the behind comet area.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And then I'd like to summon Penny from the pet dimension,
Penny.
if that's possible to use my action on.
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing you can do as an action if you want. I'm sure if it costs an action to reconjure.
I think it's a bonus action.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm gonna need my bonus action for what I'm gonna do next.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What do we do to him?
Oh.
I summon Penny from the pet dimension,
There
and then I
you go.
gently pat her head and cast Dragon's Breath on Penny.
Yeah.
Ultron, this bird.
They are ready.
And Penny is going to
Bird is on
breathe.
fire.
Well, Penny is going to breathe fire. I've selected fire as the damage type.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Yeah, that's probably effective against meat.
Yeah.
you're
Find
on
out.
Fire lady.
We went through this. Yeah, we went
Yeah.
through this the Pokemon battle already.
Yeah.
We're literally Pokemon battling.
Is it a thing they can do on their upon casting, or do they have to wait until next round to breathe?
Well, doesn't Penny act like directly after me?
Yeah, so they would be able to zoot and breathe fire.
Yeah. So Penny's gonna fly over here, and then just
Ooh,
breathe some fire all over this dude.
torch them.
Yeah.
Alright, what's he got to
So-
do? A dex save, I think?
Yes, a dex save. Let me give you the DC.
He failed. Yeah, your DC's mad good. As they're going to take a hearty amount of fire damage. Youch. Now brings up his arm to block most of the flame as you'll hear just meat sizzling.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna tell Penny to come back with her 60 feet fly speed and flyby ability that makes
Yeah,
her
they do
not
have
provoke
fly.
opportunity attacks.
It's just the backhand swatted them, but they're already gone.
Sweet.
So that is Adelaide and Penny.
Alright. Silas, you just took a wallop right on the head.
You want to play tough?
He nods.
And I'm just gonna take my crescent greatsword and just try to cleave right across his big old meat gut.
Oh, a lot of meat to hit.
And meat gut.
That meat gut.
Come on.
15 will hit.
Yes.
Sweet.
Smite level 2.
Okay. Yo.
That's 27 damage.
Oh.
That's
And I'm
was
gonna
really
cast
good.
and I'm gonna channel divinity for inspiring smite.
nice.
So give me them 2d8. So 11
Oh my
for
gosh.
16. And I'm gonna give myself 16 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Hot damn.
So just heal back what he did to me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretty much.
He definitely feels it. Your sword embeds like halfway through this thing and then like explodes with radiant energy as you tear it back out. It looks upset, but you know
Second attack.
the meat sticks together. Ooh, another easy hit.
Oh dang.
Let me just look up something real quick about smite. just because I forget if I can use it twice on the same
Pretty
turn.
sure you can. I don't think it
I
stops
just want
you.
to double check. Yep, I can just do it twice. I'm going to do it twice.
Alrighty.
Here's both my second level spell slots gone, but burst damage for 27 again.
Youch.
Jeez.
The meat. They are looking very upset that you've done this. Trying to hold themselves together, like you almost like chopped them in half, so they're like holding their waist to not fall off his legs. Bloody hell.
And I'm just gonna let the holy energy kind of like almost bulk up radiant armor on me.
Hit him once and just pauldrons appear.
Ah, fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
One in front of Hellions going for a wallop. Rolling a 17 and a 19 to hit you. Do either of those hit you, Hellion?
The does not. The 19 does.
The 19 does, alright. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this meaty club of an arm just lands on top of you. And he roars, he angry. As this one's gonna charge at Viridian. Doing the same thing. Going for one punch at him, one punch at the whirlwind. Kinda just
Gotta kill this one.
just uppercutting them both. 9 to hit Viridian, but a 17 to hit Whirlwind.
Oh, no.
Kind of staggering him
No, you
backwards a
can't.
little bit.
Not a horse punch.
How much health does... I can't imagine it's a lot.
They have a little bit. They bought like a war horse, so they got like a... They got a good horse.
Okay.
Or at least I think we've been like giving it more health once you procedurally level up, so they don't get one shot by the later level
One shot.
creatures.
Yeah.
Comment.
All right, let's see. I had a plan, and now
I had a plan.
I had a plan.
Then other people's turns happened.
Yeah. If I can get over here, I'm gonna move over here.
Mm-hmm.
See how far I am. Okay, cool.
Oh no.
And now I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna look at all three of them, and I'm gonna cast Bane.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, stop.
Halt.
So they gotta make a charisma saving throw of 15.
Yoch. Alright.
I don't think meat's very charismatic.
I don't know, you don't want to smooch on these dudes? One succeeds, so 2 of them are baned.
All right.
We'll give
Well, the 2 that failed are Bane. I don't know which ones failed.
we'll bane them. And that's just a negative d4 to all their rolls, right? Opposite of
Yes. A negative D4 to saves and attack.
Cool. Very sweet.
And then I don't know how much health Silas has, so I think I'm gonna.
They're fresh.
They fresh.
I mean, I have a little less than I would have normally, I think.
Okay.
I have lost 2 health.
Then for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Nice. Where the bee appearing?
The bee coming over here.
We got that bright boy. What up?
Yeah, and I think I can attack on the same turn I summon it, right?
Yep.
Sweet. Attacking that meat man.
The Beatman.
Buzzed. Ah.
Damn.
Oh wait. Why am I getting that +4?
You might have
I might
added
have accidentally
plus,
clicked. Yeah. Okay, I still have blessed from when the guy blessed us. So ignore that +4, but it's 23 for 5 force.
Gonna wallop right against his little pig nose.
Yeah.
He rubs it. He looks upset. You're bullying these dudes,
No.
dude. What the hell?
Well, that's my turn.
Viridian is gonna get pissed that Whirlwind was attacked.
Hmm.
He ain't gonna like that one bit. And is going to he's gonna reckless this nerd. Footloose. With the rapier.
Hmm. 20.
Dealing an amount of damage.
Nice.
Kind of stabbing through this thing. It's like piercing it's like piercing a big thing of meat. It's not that satisfying in the end.
Aw.
It's just they don't react too well to being stabbed, slashed, or anything really. Whirlwind is gonna hoof him because he's a jerk.
Get him a hoof.
He kind of boofs against him.
Can Whirlwind reckless attack?
Barbarian horse.
Barbarian horse.
But Viridian will action surge because I can do that. I'm allowed to. I'm in control.
You are the Viridian.
Hey.
Forget about it. Alrighty. Hellion, you're back up. This dude's getting walloped by a little firefly. Looks a little sick.
That's very nice to hear. So what I'm gonna do is just keep on attacking it. I know it's a very original strategy.
Yeah.
No way. I've tried this before, but
Yeah, that's thinking of portals.
yeah, I think this is the way to go. So main attack. Does that hit?
That'll hit. Goes up.
Very nice chunk of damage there.
Hmm.
And then bonus action attack again with the offhand scimitar.
Yep. That'll miss. Kind of
Dang.
thud against him. Doesn't quite break through their crust.
Ugh, no.
All right, that's it. I stand my ground and pass turn.
All right, Flotsam.
Yeah. I'm not really like super worried about. I mean, everyone seems pretty
Yeah.
well put together. I'm not like super concerned. How's the hulking scab by Silas looking?
It's hard to tell their like vigor and poise and healthiness. I'll allow you to roll an insight for freebies, just to
Freebies.
Just
Got
a
a really good
gauge?
insight score.
the worst of the bunch.
Could have expected that,
Yeah.
just on the numbers, but I will. Quite. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and. You know what? I'm gonna.
What you gonna do?
I don't know is the issue. I'm gonna try and cast. Can I cast Fairy Fire in such a way that it hits the two hulking scabs?
Yeah. Like up here.
I'll do
A
that.
little bit of a bing.
So I can hit.
Dex
So I
saves,
can hit
right?
those two. Correct.
Charisma saves.
The charisma.
Dexterity. saves.
Dexterity
Dexterity.
saves.
They are both lit.
Oh, awesome. That's huge.
Sweet.
If that's the case, yeah, I guess I'll do that, and then I will move back, like. I'll move behind Comet.
Everybody behind comment.
Yeah, I'll stay there, and then that'll end my turn.
All right. What color are these two now?
Purple.
They are Purple boys.
Purple meat.
Everyone gets very angry that they're purple. They hate the color purple. They're going to try and hit you twice, Silas. They're pissed.
Oh dear.
I hate purple.
Rolling a 9 and an 18. I don't think they'll hit you, even without the D4 reduced.
With like their second attach, I'll just catch it with one of my hands.
They look scared and like they want to go home. Adelaide.
All right. I'm gonna throw a firebolt at the one in front of Silas.
All right.
You have
And
advantage.
that has advantage.
Yep. Oof.
Not that you needed it. Not that you needed it.
You kind of sidestep around Silas as they give you a pretty easy opening, holding up one of its arms, and you whirl the old trusty firebolt straight through this dude as he seems to drop dead, slumping back.
Hey.
A loud meaty thud as he slams on the ground.
Does he still maintain his corporeal form, or is the beat just like?
He does look
what's
like
the
he's
state
falling
of the
apart a
meat?
little. He looks like he's a bit crumbly. Any movement? Any?
I'm just gonna take a step back or so,
All right.
and then
Penny.
Penny is gonna. Yeah, Penny will fly up to the one by Ra, and angle it so not as to hit Ra. It wouldn't do much,
Yeah.
but just out of politeness.
All right. Dex save for the big
Then-
man. They roll an 8.
Hey.
Give me some flames. Ooh.
Nice.
They get scorched. You gotta flip them now, or they'll be too cooked on one side.
And then I
Holy
tell Penny to fly back.
moly. Fly by dragon's breath. Oh no. What's happened?
What have I done?
Well, here's the thing,
Jasper.
Cheeki. You've presented us, for the past couple encounters with enemies that have had, projectile attacks. So I've been hesitant to use Penny plus Dragon's Breath, but I don't think these guys are going to throw things at my bird,
Well, I mean, the
so
other
I can
ones will throw
finally
rocks.
use this technique.
They're just being preoccupied, okay? Look. Now I know what I'm doing next round they attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say, stop giving them ideas.
I
Yeah.
was like, I know what to do now.
Besides, you toss this hand down with this dude. Where are we going now? Got
With
two
this
directions.
guy collapsing over, Silas is going to see this fresh, almost charcoaly side of this one. Just go, oh yeah, let's go over here.
Carve
He's gonna
off the
run
dumb
over.
part.
And with his momentum, just kind of full on, almost Beyblade into it.
Let it rip.
Sonic
And,
speed dash sound
advantage.
happens. Ooh, easy hit.
An 18 to hit.
Nice.
I'm not going to add a smite. Just going to be normal.
Okay, you're gonna be lenient.
Gonna re-roll that 6 on there.
Go 1.
Eh.
Damn.
Hey.
That's
So that ups it.
13.
13.
Cool. You slash into the side of this man's. They growl at now being assailed by a fire lady, a lion, a firefly, and an owl. It's
Do they
Oh
have
my.
little stumpy legs underneath
No,
their
they
big
do.
hamburger body?
yeah, they have very minimal feet.
It's like those Munchkin cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after that and just
they're
kind of
very
continue
much
the
shaped.
spin, but lower myself down and let Raw roll over my back or something while we're doing attacks.
Oh,
They
cool.
look like
Team
this.
attack! Team attack!
Hmm.
Team attack.
I hit the.
Yes.
There we go.
It always
Oh.
feels good when fairy fire isn't a
15 will
waste.
hit, yeah. Yeah, that.
Already. For 15 slashing.
Love to see it. Hate to take it. Oh, delete meat.
Oh, I love the shape of them.
Yeah, they're very fun.
Very choppable.
Yeah. This dude's gonna look real sad. He's gonna kind of hold where you've been sizzling him and everything, and he's gonna let it out there just like. And he's gonna turn around and like try and climb up the wall, just very sadly. You can attack him should you want to, but they're just
You
crawling
don't get advantage
away.
on those
You got
attacks.
advantage to hit him in the butt.
I do want to hit this butt.
All right,
real quick.
Ooh.
Just a quick little butt hit, no big deal.
Quick little booty slap.
For 13 slashing from me.
Bloody hell.
Another 9 from me.
Yeah, he gets about 2 hands up before he goes.
Kerplunk.
Oh, it's like Silas scores the mark, and then you just shove your scimitar into it.
This one, seeing that his buddies have just died, is gonna just let out go. Ooh. Ooh. And he's gonna go right and climbing up. He's not having it. Come on, movement.
Come on, Viridian, have Sentinel.
Ooh, he didn't disengage, so.
He disengaged.
He does not disengage. So, Yoch, even with a 21. Yoch. And Wind. Oh, no, just one. Don't get greedy. Everybody gets one. And then he'll use his action to dash up the cliff. Seemingly out of view. Let's go back.
Nice job, everybody.
Storage.
By the way, I got this image in my head at some point because of what someone said of just Adelaide, Silas, and Flotsam on the cover of a book, and it's the Lion, the Witch, and the Warforged.
Shall we continue up the cliffside?
Let's
Yeah,
not
I'm
waste
doing
any
great.
time.
Yeah, this only stays for like 10 minutes. I point to my little helmet.
The little helmet.
We're chasing after it.
Everyone's gone by the time you say that. Everyone's like,
Okay.
Come on, comment, and I'll like let down my hand and just kind of grab you and pull you along.
I let my little firefly land on me, which is like this big.
Like a small dog.
Yeah.
One way or another, you all do manage to get up there. It isn't a especially hard climb. It just takes you a little, unless you want to roll and get up there super speedily.
Super quickly.
But you get up. Let me reveal. And getting up there, you see, cowering behind a much larger one is the one who is wounded. And he's like,
slab.
he's like hiding behind it, much like a kid would at a party, and he's just kind of he's very scared. This big one's kind of just sitting there, his little nubby feet outstretched forward, and you see some individual sitting there. They don't seem to be tied up in any way. They don't seem to be on a
Hey, look,
King.
an individual.
yeah.
Scab King. Scab King or Scab Queen. Who is this person?
They seem
Their
to.
gender is meat.
Are those flesh tents?
You're not sure. They might be meat tents.
Oh, better. Perfect. Hooray! A functional difference between the question I was asking.
Oh.
Well, they could be high.
Hey,
like,
you! That individual over there!
you would maybe recognize them as the cart driver. Would you have seen them? I assume you wouldn't have just gotten in a cart and never seen them.
A weed night?
Yeah, the weed night. You
If anyone says that, like all of our hair is going like, oh.
The villain of the campaign.
No.
You see all the other little dudes are like kind of like up against the big one, kind of hiding also from you guys.
Mama.
As the big one seems to just be like crushing meat in its hands.
Oh.
Oh, it's the meat maker.
As the cart driver kind of waves at you guys, giving you a very like weird look, as if like they're not sure at all how you're going to react to this.
I start walking up to him. Hey, we found you!
God, I'm gonna come over here and get my gun out.
He waves and kind of stands up. He looks a little disheveled. His like clothes definitely ripped in some areas where he might have not been able to repair them. Missing shoes. He's got no shoes. You see one of the little dudes wearing shoes. You're not sure what's going on there. They took his shoes.
So you're safe?
Yeah. You guys are alive?
We've been alive. We meant to come back,
Yeah.
but there was a big thing blocking the pass. We didn't have any way to like get past it, and then we wanted to fight some other stuff for a bit.
Yeah.
So,
No, I couldn't get out either, so I can't blame you. What's up?
Yeah.
so these things aren't hostile towards you. They haven't tried to like hurt you.
No. Well, at first, but I think I was taken in by the big one a little. I think they took a liking to me in some way. I don't know why, but I am not questioning my fortune here.
Oh, that makes sense.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
At all.
It doesn't.
Oh, no, it does. They've been attacking us because they thought that we were gonna hurt their young. They've said that this person is that one's young, and I point to the big one. So she's trying to protect him.
In some weird meat creation way, I suppose you're correct, but I don't want to accept that.
All right. Big question. Where's the meat coming from? Is this thing just producing meat from itself and creating little things, and it's like growing somehow? What happened to the horse? Like, what's...
No, they use any creature or being that falls into this place. There were a lot of zombies down here a while ago, but now they're meat things.
Would you like to leave this place with
Yes,
us?
very much so. Please, any time you're ready. I've been here for a week. I am hungry. They keep trying to feed me meat, but it's not. I don't want it.
I'm a vegetarian.
You have to eat your own horse. I'm really sorry. That sucks.
Well,
Did you fashion these meat tents?
No.
What are these tents? What's in here?
That's-
Anything interesting we should know about before we get out of here?
Not these ones, but I'm not sure if they'll let me leave just yet.
yeah, maybe you need to go say goodbye before they let you leave.
Oh, God.
Don't get too close to the big one because I fear the worst for you.
No, they're quite gentle if you don't hit them. Of course, don't nobody attack, please.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna put my swords away because they're on fire, and to make them on fire again is like a thing. But I won't attack them if they don't attack me.
Okay.
Kind of tell my firefly to go away. Like,
Get out of here.
Jeez, my Kopesh.
You see as the big one kind of stands up, getting out of its own tent, and it like grabs this big one and kind of just like manhandles it and just like squishes it back together, just like slapping another slice of meat on it. Just putting it down, and it seems to just like run off happily.
No.
And it seems to walk up behind this dude, being like dwarfed by it, as it leans down very like slowly, and like seems to pick up his like arm and hold it out to the side. And he doesn't resist. He doesn't really do anything. This looks like a normal day in the life for this dude. And you see as the much larger meat creature seems to hold out like an arm that's made out of meat up against, like, next to his arm, as if using him as like a model or something, or some like a basis. And then it seems to be satisfied with how it compares to his arm, and it walks back into its area, and seems to be hunched away from you guys, working on something.
I'm so incredibly confused.
So, what's your name, Mr. Driver?
Let me look at my sheet real quick, and I
Is it Adam? Is your name Adam Driver?
No, it's Baby.
Okay, perhaps, baby.
Hey, baby.
And Samuel.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Samuel? Sit tight for a second. We're gonna have a little group meeting, and we'll get back to you in just a moment, alright?
Okay.
And I turned everybody out. I'm like, huddle. So,
How are we gonna get him out of there without having a big fight?
I mean,
Oh.
do they even speak a language?
If they
Well-
do, I can attempt to reason with them.
I feel like they don't. Call me crazy. I feel like they don't speak.
I think we just need to find a replacement for him.
Yeah.
Last time that I attempted something like that, it didn't go well. Silas died.
Well, last time the person wanted something we didn't have. I think, or something we weren't willing to give up. The only downside I see is that he might need to wait a little bit more, because I think I was wrong. I don't think they think of him as they're young. I think they're using him to mold something into their shape.
He's a reference.
Yeah.
Okay, I got an
Model.
idea. Is anyone good at sculpting? We got a lot of meat down in the canyon. We could make our own model and give it to him as the new model.
Arts and crafts time.
I'm just saying. Could work.
I'm okay with my hands.
Well,
I
we
don't
could
think
do
this is a
that.
good idea.
I don't know how long. Wait, Silas. How fast can you go?
Very.
I have a feeling that Horoth, I think that was his name, I forget.
I think so.
The blacksmith. Yeah. He probably has some mannequins hanging around.
Did he? Cheeky? Did he?
Sure.
Okay.
If we could go back and bring one over here, that might be enough.
how long of a journey is it back to the town from here?
Not too long. If you do that, we'll say it's just a montage of someone going back asking for a mannequin.
Silas sprinting through the woods
Them
in
being
full plate mail.
confused.
We also have a horse if you want to travel quickly.
I think I might be faster than the horse.
Maybe for like one round. You have to start and stop a lot if you're going to use your boost.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's another idea to save us time if we want. Wait, so do we know if this meat thing needs that guy specifically as a model? Or does he just need any sort of person? I don't know if anyone actually has an answer to that, but that's my question because
Well,
I could, if it's any anatomically correct person, we could cover me in meat, leave the eye holes open so I can see. I can use a spell to poof out of there, and then we've got like a little mold, like a person-shaped mold of meat. No sculpting required.
Some
We just gotta
sculpting
fill it in,
required.
but-
We would have to sculpt it around you.
I get the feeling though that they need something that they can move. They could, or something with articulation.
That's a good point.
I think it might just be get the mannequin.
Yeah, we'll try that first. But my idea is still good. I think we could do that if that one doesn't work.
Make
That
our
could
own
be-
mannequin. A raw-shaped meat mannequin.
Yeah.
Cheeky,
We're
we're
really
going
obsessed
with
with the idea of meat smithing right now, and I'm not sure I'm here for it.
It's a resource we have a lot of right now. I'm just saying.
You're going to cover Ra in meat.
No, I think we're going to get the mannequin first and
Okay.
see how that goes.
That's plan B.
Alright.
Our plan B, admittedly, not the best in terms of our creative options here, but you know, we'll go with what we
It's
got.
creative. I don't know if it'll be effective.
Yeah.
While Silas runs and grabs the mannequin, what do you all do in this area?
I guess I will. Hold on, let me see something. I don't know what kind. I don't think my thing would work on them.
Charming them?
Mhm.
My
Serenade
enthralling
them?
performance. They're not humanoid, so it would not work on them. So never mind. I don't think they're humanoids.
They're not.
Did not think so.
What is the
Nevertheless, to kind of keep things calm, maybe I'll just like do a little song.
Watch them not like music.
Oh,
We
God.
hate music.
Did we ever get that sense from them? I don't think so.
Mhm. I'm gonna start like slowly approaching the driver. Very slowly. As I've done before.
Yeah, they don't seem to mind. No one stops you. And they look very excited that someone is coming to talk to them.
Okay. Well, I think we got a solution for getting you out of here.
Oh, and what's that?
Well, can you tell us what have they been doing with you since they dragged you here?
Well, other than trying to start an engine outside, they're trying to. It looks like he's trying to get better at making his little friends. He's been working on something that looks more like me for a while now. He's nearly done. It looks horrific.
Now, is it just one thing, or have they been making a lot of the you?
Yeah, just one.
So only one.
Yeah, this
Okay.
goddamn engine on a Tuesday morning, bro. I'm have a word.
I mean, we can't hear it through your mic.
Yeah,
No,
that's
we can't
true,
hear it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stream
Interesting.
OBS doesn't have the same audio cancelling thing as Discord, sadly.
And Have you been here the whole time?
I not. Ever since we fell.
And you haven't seen them leave or come back with something else? Or someone else?
He shakes his head. There's things in the cave down there. They don't go in there, but I know there's like a weird laboratory set up there. It's weird. I don't poke my nose where I don't understand. I'm afraid I'll blow everything up in there.
So there's a lab down there. You've never seen anyone come in or out of it?
He shakes his head. This frickin' engine dude. I hate it.
Good.
No, I believe it's been long vacant, but there's... I know, there's something in there. I don't know how to explain it. There's someone in, like, a tube bath? I don't know.
Tube bath, okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna have to tell my friends, and I think they're gonna want to check it out based on what we've been doing. So, if we can get you out of here, do you want to come with us, or do you have a way? There's a town, and I explained, there's a town if you cross the bridge and go through the caves, but I don't know if you feel okay going back by yourself.
I mean, I'll wait around for you guys. Whenever you're going back, I suppose. Hopefully they let you take me.
I think we can do something about that. I think everything would be fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be. What time is it right now? I look up at the sky. Okay. Have you tried to get away?
He shakes his head rapidly, like, I would not. They are huge, they would crush me. No.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go talk with my friends. I think it might be better if you sit here.
He nods, sits down.
I go through my backpack, and I don't think I have any spare shoes, but I'm pretty sure I still have the gray stuff. So I'm gonna just give him some gray stuff to eat.
He will happily eat gray stuff over probably disgusting non-cured meat.
Then I walk over here. So I'll explain to everyone. It's like, so Samuel told me that there's a lab in the cave. He says he hasn't seen anyone go in or out of it, but I mean, weren't we thinking that maybe somebody was in charge of making these meat people?
That would make sense as to why those three jumped down the moment we entered the pass. Maybe it was to protect the entrance of the cave. Because they're not attacking us up here, so this is clearly not... If they're guarding anything, they're not really guarding this area.
So do you think as soon as we go down, they're going to want to attack us again?
Well, I don't think so, because we haven't tried to go in the cave. Silas left, and they didn't chase after Silas or anything that we know of. So I think we should wait for the mannequin, see if that works. Get our guy away from there, and then maybe try to go in the cave. Get some answers. But I don't want to. I don't want to like risk safety before we're able to, you know.
Also,
get in there.
He said that they've been making I guess, sort of a puppet of him, slowly, and it's only been one. So I don't know what they would do that for.
I mean, I don't know what they are really. It's kind of hard to figure out what their motives are, if they have any. Maybe he's an artist. Maybe he's just a big artist and just wants to challenge himself.
It could be.
The grin on your face, Dieter, when I said you're like, oh, that's a good point.
Okay, so I guess we can just wait for Silas and see what we can do after that.
It's only gone worse.
Adelaide.
This engine is insane. On a Tuesday. Oh,
Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
Adelaide. What is usually like in a lab?
I mean, it depends what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to study?
What about for making meat men?
Artists' tools, butchers' tools, both, perhaps.
Oh,
I don't have any
what,
personal experience making meat men, though I couldn't say really.
What's a tube bath?
Oh, a what?
Um,
Can I do a tube bath check?
Yeah, roll an insight and like a history, I suppose. An insight to understand what comment is maybe referring.
Discernment check.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll with advantage.
So give me a history.
Either I don't understand or I really understand.
Right.
Tube bath.
Hey.
You not sure what is talking about a tube bath, but you do know that things are often submerged in large cylinders in labs for preservation. So you might assume some sort of preserving thing, something being pickled, maybe.
Well, whenever we get the chance, I do want to see this lab, whatever it is.
Right. Because Samuel said that he has seen somebody be in a tube bath, I believe, down there. I just didn't know what that meant. I guess we can see, maybe.
I mean, my initial guess of this isn't really based in anything, it's just a suspicion. Perhaps that's the person who made the meat men initially? And they want to keep themselves in a form of stasis? I don't think that the largest meat thing is what started this whole mess initially. I think someone had to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I suspect that might be the person in the tube bath.
What came first? The meat or the barbecue?
And so these meat men are just doing what they were told?
That's what I imagine.
Then why would they be told to make a person?
Assemble an army, perhaps? Make more meat men. I don't know what the benefit of making something that looks just like a person would be. I mean, I don't think it's going to look exactly like a person. More person-shaped. So I don't know if espionage is what they're going for. Or perhaps it is.
Looks more like a person, people will identify with it.
Well, they don't exactly have skin to work with here. I'm assuming that rotting, uncured meat is their preferred medium.
Well, you don't have to look like a person for people to identify with you, Flotsam. Nobody else does either.
Adelaide, I don't have skin.
You don't have skin. But I don't know if they could make a convincing human. But perhaps there's something in the lab that may give us more clues as to what's going on. But of course, I don't want to make the situation unsafe. But I do want to see what's in that lab.
Mm-hmm.
You think
And whether or
whatever
not
is
they have a barbecue.
do you think
Sorry, all
whatever
this meat's making me hungry.
Okay, roll.
do you think whatever's in there would explain why someone might create something that resembles humanoid life?
I assume there has to be evidence somewhere. And
Flotsam.
if we're not seeing anything here, then it's likely in the cave. If it's anywhere, it's in the cave.
Flotsam. If I remember correctly, didn't you say that you woke up when Ra shared her blood with you?
That is what Ra told me.
Because if
I remember my name, what?
didn't Flotsam wake up when you shared your blood with him?
Yeah. So his chest thing was open when I found him. And I think he was kind of when we actually found him was in the ocean. He was open and they drained the seawater out of him and were letting him dry in like the warehouse or whatever. So when I went to go steal him, it looked kind of like there's like a system, almost like a circulatory system, and the hole was where the heart was. So I thought maybe, he just needed some sort of like kickstart or something. As you can see with like my swords, which is fire, my blood has weird properties, so I thought maybe I'll just throw a little fire in there and see what happens. And then he turned on.
So, Flotsam, can you make fire too?
No.
Okay. Well, if that worked on Flotsam, could the person down there put something in that meat man that they're making to make it wake up?
Like a consciousness or something?
Yeah. Or maybe putting himself in there. Because otherwise, it's just me thinking, I don't know, maybe it's not the same thing, maybe I'm just being dumb, but yeah, it was just a thought.
After a while of thinking, Silas, you do return a mannequin underarm.
While we're sitting in silence for Silas to return, can I play the song that I had prepared for this moment?
Yes, please. This engine is driving me insane.
Let me just make sure that can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Does that sound good? And you can hear me as well?
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling awake, slowly learning that life is okay now. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two.
Oh man.
Yeah.
change my settings back.
Yeah.
I really, really wanted during the course to be like, take off me in the background. I was like, just let it tap.
So you arrive back up with a less than desirable looking mannequin. It's not exactly all there. It's like, why would you need a full body mannequin as an armorer? Like, usually you only have like the torso and head, but he had a few other odds and ends laying around to form the semblance of a humanoid figure.
It's the best we got.
Okay, well, if we put that out, we can probably put it in front of them and see how they feel.
I have a weird idea.
Oh.
What if we put the guy's shirt on it and drew a little smiley face? I think that would work.
I think that would work too.
Adelaide, you got any, like, ink?
She like reaches up to your head and like pulls out the quill, and it glows a bit. Yes.
Hey, we could ask Flotsam.
Sammy,
He's
get over
taking
here.
the other guy's shirt off too.
What? What's... Hello?
I need your shirt.
Okay, but...
Take it off.
Okay, but why? Okay, but why?
Slowly.
First...
We're gonna put it on the mannequin.
Do you want to stay here forever, or do you want to leave?
I mean, I want to leave, but I don't think that...
Then don't ask questions. Just do as we ask. Take off your shirt.
Don't
my
ask questions.
favorite
Take off your shirt.
This is my favorite. You can't.
Well,
dirty.
what do you?
It has
What do you
holes
tell
in
you
it,
more?
and we need it.
You're dirty. You have holes in you, and I need you right now.
Do you value your life or your shirt more? Because if you value
Roll
your shirt more, we can just
persuasion.
leave you here.
Persuade this.
I love
we-
this guy.
Can I be assisting Silas?
Yeah, sure. He did initiate, so let's do this.
Alright, just give me your shirt, come on. So, persuasion, I'm guessing?
Yeah, you should have advantage now.
Cool, I have a +7 in that.
Oh,
Crit.
That's
give me
why.
that shirt,
That's
boy.
why.
fine, but I want a new one. He takes off his coat and hands it to you.
And I put it on the mannequin.
He sighs, understanding the plan now.
I told you what the plan was.
Should we fill this out with meat? Like make it a little fuller?
The meat
Yeah,
is not the thing.
Is Samuel is Samuel jacked? Like, are we gonna have to fill this mannequin up so that like?
He has an undershirt on.
How? Oh
You
dang!
can't tell how ripped.
can't
Roll an insight.
We can't
though.
tell if he's hot.
Roll
hell yeah.
insight for.
Roll
You gotta
insight.
check your hot dark, take off your hat and it's just like a little laser beam.
Scanning hotness,
Hot or not.
determining. I got really nervous to roll this, and then I pressed the wrong button and closed my character sheet. So hold on. Insight is that what we're rolling?
Yeah, to
Come on,
understand.
be hot.
Good job.
You're not
Or
sure.
investigation.
He has a kind face.
I can't tell if he's hot.
I
Or
draw.
not, I forgot.
I'd like to think that the 8 isn't my ability to tell whether he's hot or not. It's just like on a scale of 1 to 20, how hot is he through the insight roll?
Yeah, you're rolling for them.
Ugh, gross.
All right, you,
Roll an objectification check.
Yeah.
you now have a mannequin with Samuel's coat on it and a smiley face with the quill's help.
I'll make it a bit neater than just a smiley face. Have it roughly resemble a person. And then I'll use prestidigitation to make the mannequin smell like this gross sad man.
I'll see
He
if I
smells
have
like
spells.
Giamatti, man. What are you talking about? This dude's fresh to death. He's got a Gucci belt on.
I'm just gonna pick up the mannequin now and just kind of put it where he was standing. And then just kind of walk away.
I'll make it. I'll
Okay, let's
use minor illusion to make it make the noises that make it sound like him.
All right, let's see if the whole
Oh, I'm hungry. Please let me go. I'm hungry. Please.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear!
Oh no.
I'm
I'm not
starving.
very attractive,
actually.
but I do want to leave.
You do it in like the perfect imitation of his voice, but in a like whinier tone than he was doing or something like that. He's like, I don't sound like that.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
Why are you guys
eating? Come on. Eating is so important to me. I love to eat food. I need to eat to live because I'm such a superior creation.
The big thing turns around after you leave, as if hearing something, and they walk over, like a bit protective over the mannequin, kind of like staring at you guys, and like it locks eyes with the other Samuel.
I think I would have wanted to block him.
roll a dexterity check. Roll a check to see if you can get in the way in time.
I made this dude invisible. Oh well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I don't have advantage. Hold on.
Oh gosh. Oh heck yeah.
Dive in the
one
way.
time you roll good.
It leans down, like picking up its like arm again and putting the hand up against it. Looks like really confused for a bit, as like the mannequin doesn't have fingers. Like looks at its like hand, and it's like it is like sculpted like perfect hands on this arm, and it looks really confused as it just like squishes the fingers together and makes it into like a oven mitt looking.
Mannequin nub.
Meat mannequin.
no.
It looks a bit confused and upset that it like just put all that work with its huge hands to make like tiny fingers just to be wrong for some reason.
No, guys.
Slowly back up. We're smiling, we're happy, we're backing up, we're getting out of here.
Okay.
Me twice.
Oh yeah, I'll help like block.
I think once he's like behind Comet and then under the leg, we're probably safe.
The big one looks over his shoulder one last time, and you're all climbing down, and revs up his chainsaw. It's running ashes. More meat.
Saw.
He kind of just waves back and grunts something that sounds vaguely like a goodbye. It's like,
No. I wave.
He gets a big old smile.
I actually really like how stupid these things are. They're endearing.
So, crawling along the ground, you'll
We pass by their corpses.
yeah.
Brian.
Two corpses.
Would it be okay
What's up?
if you took him back to the town on Whirlwind? And we'll explore this cave if you don't mind.
Whirlwind's got an upgrade.
Yeah, he's doing donuts on Whirlwind.
Upgraded
I
horsepower.
moved to this side of the house because it's away from the road, and they just bring the cars to me. Whew.
He's on the move.
Viridian would know. He's like, I'll see you back at town, and I'll escort him back. Godspeed, tally ho.
I'd have asked just for Whirlwind, but I know Viridian wouldn't allow that.
He
So.
drifts him around the corner because I can't be bothered turning the token.
Just drifts all the way back to the town.
Approaching the cave entrance alley, you do see that on the inside is another chainsaw. What the fuck would you know?
Oh no!
That's the sound it makes.
I know, I am so...
It's like a big blade, like a saw trap. Oh no.
A consistent rim. What the fuck are they doing?
And they have like comedic timing too. They're too powerful.
Yeah, they're really good.
Every time he tries to say something.
They're watching the stream.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no!
Oh, man, got Cheeki.
Mm-hmm. Can you see it there?
You can see in there, despite there not being lights in there, there seems to be this, like, weird, almost like fireflies kind of coalesced at, like, the corners of this cave. Let me reveal to the right, you should start to see it. And you see kind of, chiseled into the rock face on the inside is, like, a rather surprisingly well put together shack, like walls and like a awning of like a very actually ornate, fancy looking house set into this over here. If you did not see it. See, it's even got like windows. It has like a door and like a little lantern hanging off the very front of the peak of the overhang of the roof.
Well, that looks really inviting.
Too inviting. Comet sprints for the door. Yay!
I don't know if anything could be too inviting, Rawl.
I love fireflies. La da 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 da.
I go to try to talk with the fireflies.
I seem to just be buzzing around.
I'll hang out there for a bit.
They seem to like
Hey, Comet.
swarm around your hands and stuff. Anything you reach out to them.
They're attracted to the flower on my ear.
Yeah. So you all wander in, except for Adelaide. You're still chilling out the front unless you want to jump in.
My token.
My
I had to do it myself.
Everyone else did it themselves, man. They got it.
I'm just gonna watch Comet play with fireflies for just smile.
I'm gonna go up to the door. Bum, 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 bum.
You knock on this well-carved dark oak door. You hear the echoing of a knock, but no one answers. Oh, there they are again, boys!
He's going to back.
Get him!
Oh, they really go for it now.
See you later, suckers!
Oh no!
Oh,
Eldritch was so right. The comedic timing that these people have is so good.
I hate it. I hate it with all
Hey,
my
can we get
soul.
logs in chat for the construction crew?
They're going out the back.
Oh, curse you, father.
Silas, do you want to play with some of these?
Sure, I've never played with fireflies since I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'd be happy to. I just kind of start like putting some on your nose, and then like on your shoulder.
They seem to swarm around.
Are there...
Are there?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, are there windows?
There are. Strangely enough.
Can I test to see if they open?
You go to like try and lift them up or open them. They seem locked from the inside. You might have to do a check to razzle dazzle them.
I do also have an idea. Let's shrink the door.
Looking at the door, Adelaide, roll a history check with advantage with an incredibly low DC, because...
Here comes the one.
It's made of
Oh, no.
unshrinkable material.
One.
No, I bet it's gonna have some sort of like story.
This door
Come on,
has
Kurt,
already been
Oh,
shrunk.
Thing. Okay.
Alright. Almost the opposite of
Carved
that.
into this, embossed, embezzled, emblazed.
Embossed.
Embossed.
On this door is
The door still
crest
fucked.
of an unmistakable family you know of. A ornate, well calligraphied, well penned M is on this door on like a on a crest. The symbol you could not mistake for the Montalou family the same family that your friend Harvey up on the cliffside seems to be a part of. They seem to have their fingers in every ravine of this area, it seems.
So yikes for me.
Yeah. Whether or not you want to shrink the door, though, that's still up to you.
Yeah, that's still up in the air.
Shrink the door. Shrink
Yeah.
the door.
I shrink the door. I cast reduce on the door.
Alright, you cast reduce on the door. It seems to like crack at the hinges where it's like nailed to the frame, and eventually it splits and shatters. It was unlocked. You guys didn't even try to open the door.
Well, that's rude.
I was gonna say something,
Also-
but I'm playing with
That's right, you
fireflies.
tried to open the window.
Classic D&D move. The door must be
They
locked.
could have some
Dude,
sort
this is
of booby
classic
trap
waiting
behind
outside
the door.
college class. You know, everyone's just waiting and no one's tried the door yet, and then it's unlocked. We're like, oh.
The door
Does
splinters.
when the door shrinks, does the M go lowercase?
Oh, I hate it.
Shouldn't have invited me. That's the mistake.
You see the inside of this small laboratory. Piping seem to be woven in and out of the panels of the walls, and even into the floors, and just anywhere they could fit it. Really, they doesn't look like they cared too much for the feng shui of the area. Dirt dragged all over the floor. Papers and alchemical supplies kind of just strewn all about a place. This bed that doesn't look like it's been slept in for ages, nor really taken care of, more just sitting there to sleep on as a necessity for someone rather than a luxury.
I think everybody went in. We better say goodbye, Silas.
And Silas is just like covered, like his entire upper body just in fireflies, and his eyes are like dinner plates, just completely enamored.
Fur's all static now. Your next attack does a D8 lightning damage. You have a shocking grasp prepared for anyone you touch.
Yeah.
I'm taking that as a note. I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, thank you for buzzing around. We'll be back, maybe.
Meeting all of you.
Oh, they say thank you.
Thanks for buzzing around. Now buzz off.
All right, let's go follow these nerds.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh boy, his comic book collection. What'd you say to Flotsam?
Number 3 Spider-Man.
Oh man, he left all this nerd's rope out for us to eat.
Is that? It is. It's a body pillow on the bed.
Oh no.
I, the man of culture,
This poor
to be
degenerate.
body pillow.
Did you say something when you came into Flotsam, Silas?
Oh, I just said, oh, hey, Flotsam.
Oh.
Hello.
So this is a lab. And this is what all labs look like?
Adelaide.
Adelaide has zoned out. She is hyper focused on like whatever is in this room.
Yeah.
She's like hurriedly examining documents or looking at bottles.
There's notes everywhere and different like compounds and stuff, but the thing that like immediately catches your eye as you walk over to that section in particular, you definitely spot the tube bath that was talking about. This blue little circle here is housing like this very blue humanoid in it. They have like this long white hair that seems to just be floating in the water. And
Are they
they're
naked?
Yeah, they're naked, but they have no gender. There's no discernible features. No nips.
No discernible sexual
Yeah,
characteristics. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. No, not even like a belly button or anything. So it's definitely.
Nips, the belly button.
Yeah.
Why live?
That's what you need to live.
I'd like to be
If you don't got
excused
that,
from the
what's the
game,
point?
please.
You can see their like chest is like somewhat like it almost looks like their chest has been like vacuum sealed. Like they're like where their sternum is, it's like very sunken in that area, and you can see this like protrusion, like where a heart would be, but it looks like crystalline, and like there's like veins sticking out from that into the body, but you assume where they go. And a very similar effect is like on their forehead. They have like this like diamond in the middle of their forehead that seems to have like veins like rippling out from it.
This has atrocious vibes.
It does seem against a lot of conventions and not quite what you should be doing as any human being. This is probably very occult work, and you know, it's just things that people don't usually do. Like, gotta be a bit sick in the head to try to dabble like this.
Could I tell what it is or what they're trying to do? Is it like a fabricated person?
Looking
or
around
someone
this
who's
place,
like degenerated to this point?
Especially when looking over where the Hellion is, and the Hellion, you can see this in all these other vats that are a lot less blue than this one. Seems to be other like things. There's like a somewhat tinier form of one of these meat men kind of like floating in it, albeit non-conscious and just floating up and down. The only one really of note is in the very last one in the corner. There is just a head of another Warforged just sitting there floating.
Oh.
Does it look like
You head for Flotsam?
Well, I don't say anything yet. I'm looking at the head, and I'm thinking if this looks like Flotsam's head, or if it's like a different kind of
It's definitely a
Warforged,
different model and make. Like, it's got like different features, like that doesn't have like
To be clear,
eye holes.
I'm freaking out, DM. To be clear, I think we established, I'm not sure of this, that there's like not a lot of things like me. There's not a lot of Warforged.
No, like Warforged are not a thing of this age.
They're not a thing. They're just like not a thing.
They're not a thing.
I'm the only one.
People vaguely know they like might have existed ages ago, but people haven't been making them, or like they're a thing from like just a different era.
Okay.
Like you're from like before the Rapture, basically.
Okay.
You're like Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. You're the only one. It's the most wonderful thing about Tigger.
As far as you knew. Why this man's has one of your companions' heads, I suppose, is confusing indeed.
I'm actually. I was just sort of giving everything a cursory glance, just like this is neat, and then I saw that I'm like, maybe I should pay attention to my surroundings now. So I want to actually like investigate this area if I can.
Are you telling me about that yet?
I'm gonna keep an eye to when you look in this direction, and then I'll usher you over. But I'll let you kind of explore a little bit first.
I was just gonna look at this pile, but then come over to you.
But Adley, you can tell like everything in here definitely points to someone trying to create things. Like they've tried to make these little meat creatures. They've dabbled with Warforged, it seems. And now this new thing, this looks like the latest thing they were working on, and everything's just being pushed to the side for this, whatever that is in that vat.
So this place has been abandoned for a long time, and nothing was neatly put away, just seemingly like everyone rushed out.
Not really rushed out, more like they just didn't return. As if they like just either they died on their like adventure out from this place, or they made some other area and they're chilling somewhere else now. But it looks like they've just left. It doesn't even look like they packed up stuff. Like there are like some things you think you would have taken if you had left here, just left here.
But now we have an idea of who's responsible.
You do.
Is there
Adelaide
anything
just-
written in
oh,
Adelaide?
uh,
Is there anything written in those books?
There's a
Is
lot. There's a lot written in a lot of these
there's
books.
a lot.
A lot in some languages you don't understand. A lot in languages you definitely understand. Some more like rare books that like have been out of print for ages because they're probably a little bit more unsavory. But you do find what looks to be more of handwritten notes and like a book of someone's creation rather than like a printed book.
Yoink.
Snatch. And it's around with a bunch, like it's like in a bag of like some supplies, and as you're pulling it out, you do notice that a ring kind of falls out with the book onto the table, kind of just clattering a few.
And for a moment, you see an all-seeing eye wreathed in fire.
You found the noble scholar's ring, just chilling in his backpack.
Oh dang, we're getting the Infinity Stones.
Exactly. The book does seem to describe a alchemist's process of trying to create things. It seems like a long journey through different mediums. Like you see, they like started with like golemancy, trying to make like little clay golems and iron golems until they like started moving on to like more ancient knowledge. They say they speak of finding this relic from a time they did not really know existed, and they've been inspecting that, but without the right tools or knowledge, they have been scared to mess with it in unless they break it, basically. As the engine's revving back up, boys. It seems like the last thing they were working on was like the meat things, trying to perfect like this meat business. And all that seemed to have been completely put to the side when he speaks about gathering shards from the thing in the sky. And reading that, you do think back to looking at the test tube, and you definitely saw like little, like almost like little flakes of something in the water.
Oh no.
And reading through all this, you gather that like golemancy or creating constructs relies on two main things, like a heart crystal and a mind crystal. The more powerful of an object you put in something's chest and head, basically, determine its powerfulness, its properties. Like if you put like a low-grade gem in the chest and head of a construct, it'll be like a mindless grunt that'll work for you. But if you put like the heart of the mountain gem worth like a kingdom in something's chest, it could very well like create something extremely profound and like otherworldly almost. Like, but it mentions that they haven't been able to test out with anything too strong, and they're hoping that this crystal in the sky might be powerful enough to garner something like that. That's your mind.
Taken.
That's your mind right now. The engine. My god.
So while that's going on, I'm gonna walk over to Flotsam, and I'll say,
Hey, I found something I think you want to see.
Understood?
So, I don't know what this means, but I think we should probably learn all we can about this, right?
You have no hair on the back of your neck or any way to physically feel that kind of like tinge that humans feel, but something in you kind of just like to others, they're just looking at like a warforged's head. It's like you're looking at like someone's head floating up and down in this thing. For the first time in like a while, you feel something, and it is like just uneasy. You feel bad.
I want to get the head out of there.
It looks easily smashable. You can punch it and grab it if you want it.
If I see you doing that, I'm gonna move.
Can I like
this way.
can I like unscrew like a lid at the top to get it out?
Yeah. There's like a steam valve almost at the top that you can kind of climb up and.
I'll do that.
You reach in. The water in there is like very glue. It's almost like honey, like pushing your hand into it to reach down to grab this thing. As you pull it out. Only being ahead in like the base of like the spine, or the spine plug.
This is gonna be a long shot here, Cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in or know or possibly remember about this, or anything I would know? Anything that comes to me in holding this?
There's a lot of vagueness to it. You don't like get any. Like, you don't know this face? Like, you don't recognize this? But you feel like this is a fate shared by many of you? You feel like you've fought together with things like this. Although you remember not wanting to fight.
I remember fighting.
Yeah, you remember very specifically a violin being taken away from you and a weapon being given to you.
I remember a violin being taken from me and a weapon being given to me, and I remember fighting with this thing.
Yeah, not really like you don't have any visions
alongside
of
the
killing.
thing.
Yeah, not this thing particularly, but Warforged.
You were forged for war.
Also, to have a moment.
Though you remember hating it. And you're unsure why something built for war would be made to feel bad about war.
I like literally don't know what to say.
Hey, Flotsam, are you alright? Do you need a moment?
I'm not gonna respond to Raw. I like don't know.
They stand there holding this honey dripping liquid head, just staring at it in front of you.
I'm gonna leave it alone. When you are ready to talk, I'll be over here.
I'm gonna grab Raw's hand.
You get this disgusting liquid all over your hand, but
and my hand is not sturdy. It is shaking.
She'll squeeze.
I'm gonna walk with Raw and lead her outside into the cave.
Mm-hmm. You wander past Common Silas, wandering out with all head.
Hold on, wait.
Hey, he's like, "Are you guys doing? Oh, okay."
I want to go where the fireflies are,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to dig a grave.
Oh.
Alright. You dig a little hole. Doesn't take too much time.
I'll help.
want to put the head in it and cover it up with the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to hold Ra really, really tight.
I'm gonna like pat you on the middle shoulder blade.
Sorry. What happened to him?
I'm not going to respond.
As the two of you stand in silence to the new grave formed for a long-awaited burial. Silas, you come over to the same things, like different constructs in different liquids, it seems. One now open and kind of the top oozing this weird substance. As you see, like,
poke the
liquid
jars.
kind of trailed across the floor leading outside. None of the things in them seem sentient in any way. They're just floating there. If you poke, they do not disturb. They don't move.
What's over here?
Yeah, and just like play with like the little trinkets or whatever.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of stuff that you're not really sure what they do. There's like weird things that you can spin and turn. It's like someone who fiddles worst nightmare in here. Like, there's just way too much to mess with.
I fiddle. Seems like everyone got a little serious just now.
Well, maybe they're just confused. I know I don't know what to say whenever I'm confused.
You find anything interesting, Adelaide?
Lots to think about.
Anything you want to talk about?
How much do you know about the arcane? About magic?
Oh, nothing.
I expected as much.
Hey.
Only that it can be weird. And then not everyone can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
From what I gather, the person who was inhibiting this lab wanted to create things, like the meat monsters, or that thing over there.
That thing, the dude in there.
Yeah, the one in the blue tube.
When you look over, they're looking at you.
Oh, yay!
I dropped the thing I'm fiddling with.
They don't seem to be moving or anything, but their eyes were definitely shut when you walked over before. And they're definitely open now.
I wave at it.
It doesn't seem to move.
Whoa!
This
Adelaide just like freezes.
What is that? Who is that?
That's something that was made out of moon shards.
Should we, like... How should we handle this? Adelaide, you're the smart one here.
It could be potentially very dangerous. I want to destroy it, but I don't want it to attack us.
Does it need to be in there?
Unclear. That could be keeping it in some sort of physical stasis. It could be giving it protection, nourishment. I don't know if it would be better or worse to take it out.
Let's just Comet, can I borrow your shield for a sec?
Oh, sure.
I'm just gonna grab it with both hands and just kind of hide behind it with just my eye slightly over, and just kind of slowly inch towards it, taking one step at a time, very carefully.
Adelaide, how did you know it's made out of the moon shards?
It said so in some of the notes.
Anything else I should be worried about before I get too close?
I just know what it's made of, not what it can do.
I'll put like my hand up in the air and see if the eyes move to follow the hand.
They don't really. They're kind of like just deadpan expression. Not even like fully open eyes. Kind of just staring at your general mass. But you do, as well as Comet and Adelaide, you do feel like the mental equivalent of Comet's wave. It's a weird sensation, but like you feel like you're being waved at by Comet. So for Comet, it's especially weird because it's like you're like waving at yourself in like the reflection of water, like you've done at some point.
I'm gonna dink dink and like hide behind the shield.
Nothing happens.
Peek back over.
Wait, I think it said hi?
I wave at it.
It like reflects it back at you almost.
Step back, just and kind of duck behind the shield.
Go behind you. Hi, what's your name?
The same question is kind of reflected back at you, but mostly just the name part. As if it has no idea what you're asking for.
See, he doesn't know what a name is either.
Oh, I hate this. I really, really hate this. I want
Adelaide?
to leave.
Take whatever you need to take. I'm burning this place to the ground.
I'm just concerned that if we try to burn that thing, it might burn all of us back.
It all has to be destroyed. Everything has to be destroyed. This place can't exist. I'm not gonna let it exist.
And then
I'm cool with that.
I'm bringing
what
up
about him?
produce
Or
flame.
them?
Comet, if you're not going to join in this, you better get out.
Can you move? I asked to the thing here.
It doesn't reflect anything to you. It's more kind of now reflecting the same like concern you're reflecting now at everyone. Like it's that same worry. It's just being radiated from this thing.
Wait, Raw, wait. They're scared.
If that's alive, if it's a living being, let's get it out of here. I'm going to burn this place to the ground.
Okay. I think Adelaide got what she needs. Can you get out? Are you okay leaving? I asked to the creature.
It reflects. It doesn't understand.
Okay.
Confusion.
In Primordial, I ask, Kid, do you need to be in there?
it still seems unsure, but more not understanding the question than like it doesn't know.
Does it speak? Does it seem to be speaking like a specific language?
No, it's like
speaking.
it's like a radiated feeling almost.
Intention.
Yeah. Like it's reflecting onto you what it's feeling, almost. Which is very weird for Flotsam. You walk in here and you're suddenly very worried about your safety and... Or not worried about your safety, worried about others' safety, since that's more what Comet's feeling.
I see this thing trapped in its tube, and I'm just getting more and more angry every passing second. I take the pommels of my swords, and I'm going to attempt to break the glass to free it from the thing.
Oh, fuck!
I'm breaking this thing out of there,
so
that whoever wants to take it with them, Comet, I'm presuming, can take it out, and then I can burn this place.
Yeah, roll an attack with advantage. I think you technically still gotta do that for some reason. Yeah, you easily just like kind of crack this, and like a crack kind of forms, and then slowly like the pressure from inside this tank starts to force it to crack more. Until it shatters, and the valve thing kind of on top, the heavier part kind of comes thumping down, almost clacking this entity in the thing. But the rush of water outward seems to force them forward onto their hands and knees, or into Comet's grasp if you catch them.
Yeah, go ahead and like lift them up.
Is this water, or is this that honey stuff?
It's definitely not honey stuff. It seems to be a different kind of liquid. It feels like slightly acidic, like it's slightly electrified, but like not enough to hurt you. It's just got this like slight tinge of electricity in it.
I'll carry them, look them in the eye, and just say, "Hi, I'm Comet, and we'll find a name for you."
As you're holding it, they were like their hair was like this stark white hair, and their skin was like this weird shade of blue. But as they like hit the air, you see they're like where their forehead was, where like the crystal was in their forehead, it seems to like sink in almost, and like where their chest object is, that seems to form over, and their chest seems to like properly form over it as their skin takes a more, albeit pale, a natural color for a humanoid.
Okay.
As their hair seems to darken quickly as well, almost like reaching very long, like past their clavicle at least. As you were holding the naked, long-haired individual.
Hey. I'll go ahead and start walking out with them.
They try to walk, almost like you see them watching you as you're dragging them, and after dragging them like maybe 5 steps, they seem to like put weight on their feet and like stand up. They're like a lot shorter than you because you're a freaking giant, but they seem to be like slender and a bit taller than the rest of the bunch. I think the height difference between this party is quite significant.
Yeah.
This is just an actual scene from Nier Automata, by the way.
It is. I've never played it.
No.
Never touched it.
It's a very, very similar thing happens anyway.
But like after like 6 steps, it seems to immediately start carrying its own weight. It seems to like stand up a lot easier, seems to see how you're walking and emanate it almost perfectly. Walking like kind of how you're walking, which is weird for a smaller, lankier creature to do.
Cheeky, I have a weird question.
What's the weird question?
Does it look like the kid?
The kid up, or Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey.
It looks like a human, I suppose.
Well, like looks look someone that could be related to him?
It would be a big stretch, but like maybe. Like they have like Harvey has brown hair. This dude has like black hair that was white that turned black. A related question?
A follow-up question. Since Adelaide has at least like known of a few members of Harvey's family, does this thing look like anyone she knows?
Absolutely not. You know, they have a lot more like up hair. They like spikier, meaner hair, a much like stronger jaw rather than this one's more elven features. Although no pointed ears or anything else elven. They just look like a very noble, I guess, looking human in the sense of just regality, a very that sort of physique.
Well, let's get out of here before there's no here left.
Yeah, Adelaide will just like look at all this mess on the table and then like open up her book bag and like just slide as much of it into her bag as she can until it's like almost bursting at the seams.
You're just like, what the? Ow! Ow! Warn me! You all wander out.
I tell the fireflies, you need to get out of here. I don't speak what Comet can speak.
Oh, good idea, Silas. Yes, we're probably not the safest place is going to be here. You need to go find probably another area where you can go live for a bit. You can come back here in a little bit, just not right now.
Roll an animal handling with advantage since you can speak to these nerds. Ooh, good thing you had advantage.
Damn, yeah.
They all seem to like coalesce into one mass, kind of tornadoing around you guys a few times before zooting outwards as I grab the entire background map. They zoot.
Hey, it was nice seeing you too. Bye.
See you later.
Okay, leaving.
Once everybody's out of the house, I'll do a produce flame. Just put my hand against the wall and just let the fire start spreading across the wood. Once it's going over here, I'm going to do the same thing over to this corner.
Mm-hmm.
Produce flame. And finally, once I get to this corner and I see where these heads and everything were, I'm going to use my daily burning hands from the my racial one from my mouth and just hit that whole corner.
I see some chemicals that were around starting to fizzle and pop. You feel like you might want to beat feet soon.
I end there and then I walk out with Flotsam.
I want to stop Raw at the doorway in the precipice of in the liminal space.
One of us has to go down with the ship.
Gun.
Raw, I don't want to be alone.
You're not.
I'll grab your hand and lead you outside.
Whoa.
As we walk away, fucking explosions are happening in the background. It's like an action movie. It's like slow-mo walking away without looking.
You're too cool to look at it.
Too cool to look at the explosion. But I do say, in the midst of like if we do turn to look and just watch as this fucking despicable place is like burning down, smoke's kind of getting out of there. Probably the only two people in our party who can like withstand this smoky atmosphere are us. One doesn't breathe and one's resistant. I'm gonna tell you before we leave the cave.
I never said this before, but one of the reasons that I revived you was you were very. There was nobody like you I'd ever seen till today, anyway, and that's been kind of the story of my life. Never met another of my kind. We're kind of alone out there on our own, so us loners gotta stick together.
Fel, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna look at the spot where I buried the head. And I'd continue to hold hands with Raw, and I'll just say thank you, and walk out.
As you guys are making your way out, and as Comet, Adelaide, and Sus, you walk out, you see the individual that you've helped out kind of as soon as they are met with the outside, they seem to cover their eyes, and you are all kind of projected this pain in your eyes as they cover them, and there's confusion, and they're not sure why their face is hurting right now. They kind of keel over, just trying to hide their eyes.
Yeah, that's the sun. Yeah, it hurts. I know. It's hurt me too before.
And I take off my tabard, and I'll put it over their head. I was like, I think this will help.
The pain is unprojected after a while, as they seem more just confused and cautious as they mess with your tabard and kind of just feel it.
They're batting at it.
Yeah, they're kind of taking, they're feeling it up and down, the texture weird to them.
As Ra goes outside and sees this naked person, this naked genderless person playing with a tabard, Ra's gonna just look at everyone else and be like,
so is nobody gonna? I guess I.
Well, and I'm gonna give them my coat, and say, try to talk to him
But the sun, it will keep you warm.
He looks at you, kind of holding it out, he's holding you, Comet's tabard, out towards you.
I'm gonna just dress him, or them rather, and just put the coat on them, and then I'm gonna button up the buttons so that they look like they're wearing something and not nothing.
They don't resist. They just look at you more curiously, watching how you're doing it, and just this radiated confusion is forced into your brains. More just in the terms of warmth. They're not sure they grasp what the hell that word meant.
Since I can feel their confusion at me saying warmth, I'll grab or I'll take their hand, and I'll just put my hands on, because I've got naturally warm skin, and then I'll say the
word warm.
The engine's back. The brain is
turning.
Yeah. That's the sound of Ra's heater turning on.
His mouth opens and just the engine noise comes out.
Smite.
It's
Kill it.
I'm just
Can I cast a quick comprehend languages and see if that helps the general effort?
On them?
Can I cast it on them? I don't think I can. Can I?
don't know. I know you can with tongue.
If that's an option, that would be so interesting.
I'm pretty sure it's self only. I don't know.
It's self.
I had it
it's
too.
self. It's self. Never mind.
It's alright. We'll figure it out.
Level 3 spell you can get is tongues, so you can be understood and understand everybody.
I think they have to speak a language though.
Speak emotion.
Yeah. Anytime any of you have said something, you notice that like as you're saying it, they're like mimicking your mouth movements with their own. And like when you say warmth and kind of press your hand against theirs, they kind of mimic that as well. But then like the AoE emotion field is just like asking if that is your name, since you're like referring to yourself as warm.
AoE emotion.
Yeah, the AoE emotion damage. Oh god.
Ra. Flotsam. Comet. Adelaide. Silence. What was your name?
I think that's it.
Samuel.
No.
Well,
To the
Samuel went.
Yeah.
Samuel went with Viridian.
Samuel? Oh yeah, he did.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's why he wasn't there. I was confused. Like,
Oh no, they
I was like, yeah,
they threw the mannequin down here.
yeah. Tossed it. They hated
Oh
it.
no!
It fooled us too.
Yeah, Ra got tricked by the mannequin as well.
It's such a good copy.
It seems to nod. Name. It doesn't speak, but you feel the words kind of emanate in your brain now rather than the emotion. It's in your own voice, but
I think they want name.
How about Tuber?
No.
Okay. Well, we can say names, and then since we can kind of feel what it's feeling, it'll give us a sort of hint, and we'll know what's a good name.
Nothing.
oh lord. What a day.
Oh man, that emotion field is fairly strong.
Well,
Get
wait.
some in there.
How about Rev? Do you like that one? How do you feel about Rev?
Oh goddamn days. It seems to
What about the-
it seems to distance itself, at least mentally, towards you all now. As it like starts examining itself. It's like looking at its hands and how its hands are moving and like feeling at itself. Kind of just like feeling its skin and its bones as they move, as they kind of weirdly quickly give themselves a pat down to see what their deal is. They kind of like reach up to their ears, kind of like tapping them and then looking surprised.
Yeah, that's how you hear.
They look around
Wow.
like a lost, like someone's just completely lost now that they're not sure where to go, what to do.
I'll grab their hand.
They look at you.
If you come with us, we can show you a place where it's safe. A place where you can learn a lot.
It seems to express the want to know a lot. It feels unsure and it feels sad that it doesn't know a lot.
I can really relate to this character. Can I just go up and like touch them, like,
Yeah, if you,
and just like get the attention and like?
when you walk up and kind of like poke at them and their attention turns towards you, and, like for the first time in a while, it feels like someone of your kind of station looking back at you. Like they kind of have the same energy you would have staring at someone. And everyone watching this, you can kind of just like, it's like Flotsam looking at Flotsam right now. There's just like a lot of like blank emotion that is not being felt right now. It looks at you curiously and kind of like reaches up to grab your hand and like inspect it and see how your hand works compared to theirs. Kind of like curling your fingers as they do. Like trying to like bend them up the back way, but quickly realizing they don't bend that way. Like doing it to themselves until like you see them like wince a little, and then they look super confused.
I'll take my violin out, and like show them that.
They grab it as you offer it, as like anyone he understands now that like when someone holds something, it is you grab it, so they take it and kind of start like feeling over it.
I want to maneuver their hands such so that they're holding it kind of like just like a little guitar.
They don't resist.
And then
it's too soon.
I just want to show them just like one little note, and then move their hand to a different fret.
Yeah, like they seem to light up as soon as you start doing this. And like after like 3 notes, you see them kind of like just start playing different ones. Like they're just interested to see what it will sound like if you move your hand here. They start going up and down this thing like very quickly. As they're
like,
like
stop them as they're freaking out with it. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna just point to my eyes and then and I'm gonna take it. And boy howdy, if I've ever played, I'm going to play that violin for them.
Oh, yeah, they look like very confused and almost like a little bit peeved that you took it off of them. But like as you start to like do something, its eyes are like darting at any possible place, giving it more information about how you're playing this thing.
What I'm gonna do... Okay, so what I'm gonna do... Viridian's not here, but can we pretend that he is?
Yeah, I would say you got back by now, yeah, sure.
I'm going to point to Viridian, and I'm gonna play, like, a really sort of, like, angry, like, low, deep song. And it's gonna have, like, a lot of, like, low notes. It's very melodic. Not very confusing, but there's a little note of, like, somberness to it. And then I'm gonna say... Viridian. And then I'm going to point to Silas, and I'm going to move the fret down, and I'm going to play like a much more like a grand sort of sweeping instrumental, which is kind of like buttressed by a lot of like very high notes in multiple places. It sort of sweeps and has these kind of like high parts and low parts and moves around. Silas. I'm going to point over to Adelaide, and I'll play this like this very metered song. It's very much in a very steady signature, but every once in a while there's these like little moments that are sort of surprising, but ultimately complement the overall like piece. Adelaide. I'm gonna turn towards Comet, and I'll point to him, and I'll play this like really sort of like jovial tune. It's just bright and it's uplifting, and you always know where it's gonna go, but it's always in somehow still like so fun when it gets to this little part, and it rises up really, really, really high, and then just like comes down like very, very gently. Comet. I'll point to Raw, and like it starts out very like scary and like with these like weird minor chords, but ultimately you realize that like the key signature that it is in is like very, very, very melodic and well complementing the overall piece. There's a drive to it that's really, really intense, and the harmonics of the piece really, really build. Raw. And then I'll stop.
Yeah. Their like eyes are like beaming right now. It looks like they can't really show excitement with like their face other than their eyes, but you can just see that like glint in their eyes as they like.
And then I'll take.
Squint a little, and then they kind of just like point at you slowly.
I'll take the violin, and I will hand it to them, and I will say, "Flotsam."
Yeah, he looks at the violin, kind of a little bit confused. Do you hand him the bow as well, or just the...
Yeah, I'll hand him the bow.
He seems to look at you and almost like jostle next to you to stand how you're standing, as he like puts it where you put it. And while he looks at everyone, he plays the exact same notes you played, exactly how you played it. And then he looks at you right after playing it and hands it back to you just like you did him.
What did we get ourselves into?
Well, I think he likes that, or they like that. I think they've got a lot to learn, but I think they are pretty excited about it.
What about Mimi as a name? Like Mimic?
Mimi?
Yeah.
What if we named
I
them
mean,
both?
because they copy everything, right? Me. Kind of. And it's also a short for Mimic.
Well, I think... Don't we all copy things when we're tiny?
I suppose. I just want a name to refer to them as.
Did you take back the violin when they hand it to you? Or do you just let them hold it?
If they're offering it to me, I guess I'll take it back, yeah.
He looks very interested if you're going to start playing it again. Like expecting it. Just watching you.
No, I don't think I'll start playing it now. Especially if everyone's
cast
talking.
magic. We need to see if it can do that.
Oh, you're asking Adelaide to cast magic?
Mm-hmm. If it can, that means something.
Hmm.
No.
Hmm.
I won't.
I can. And I'll cast light on my head. Just make like a light appear.
It watches you start to cast this spell, and as like the light starts to appear, it like immediately covers its eyes.
Okay, then I would like snuff it out.
It doesn't seem to know, so it keeps its eyes covered.
I'll gently with my hands grab their hands and try to like suggest to like open their eyes.
He does very slowly.
Sorry
Looking
about
around.
that. Sorry if I scared you. But if they like music, maybe something like melody.
I like melody.
They seem to be inspecting your hands now, like noticing they're much, much bigger than theirs, kind of just bending your fingers and seeing how they move.
Right. Well, I think if we probably we should get going back to the town before anything
It stops as soon as you make a noise. Its backs off and like crinkles in on themselves almost.
Oh.
I think that Melody is an appropriate name for now, but they will have to pick their own name eventually.
Yeah, I think that's the best for them.
They seem to
Maybe once they
lean
know.
down and start like messing with the mud, just picking it up and feeling it and smelling it and trying to listen to it.
Okay, that's really fun, but maybe we should get going by now before they start making mud castles.
When if we're starting to be on the move to like get out of here, and while Flotsam and Comet and anyone else is sort of preoccupied with Melody, I want to get to Adelaide, kind of aside, maybe behind everybody a bit. That's what I want to say. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Adelaide.
I opened my mouth. I'm gonna go to Adelaide and say,
Inside the house or lab, we found something bad. It was essentially a corpse of another person like Plot. And that's why we had to leave. Could you, if you look over those notes, if you find out anything about what, like how that happened, how all that went down, or what the purpose was for that, could you let me know?
Sure. Why not? And you get the vibe that she is, like, irritated or frustrated. Adelaide is not very chill right now.
Adelaide has bad vibes right now.
Constellation, I think. A lot of us are not vibing right now.
You cut to Comet vibing very much with Melody.
They seem to look back at like the smoking hole that was there, where they were born, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just another note of confusion just kind of radiates off of them.
We should leave before the meat elementals decide to get pissed that we just made their home a little smoky.
I would hope that we're already on the move.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go before it gets too dark.
We will wrap up session 17 of Antumbra, with you all making your way back to the hamlet with a newfound entity and Samuel the cart driver.
Minus the cart.
Minus the cart. You could probably repair it, it's still chilling there.
We just have to get back.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd want to ever come back to this past if you can help.
No, not him.
Just... What the hell are we gonna do with this person?
Oh,
You bring him to
This is a child.
the person whose name, the M name, the
Imran.
oh, Harvey.
Oh, Harvey?
Oh yeah, I have some words for Harvey.
We're gonna bring it to the baby,
To the little dude.
babysitter, Harvey.
The babysitter, Harvey.
Sort of the Pokemon daycare.
Yeah, he does have all the little dudes.
You know, we gave him a Hydra skull, now we're gonna give him a sibling that looks significantly older than him.
Here's a sibling.
Here, it's your problem now.
I have a feeling.
You just learned ABCs, right, kid? Teach him.
I had a feeling that Adelaide would want to go there anyway.
I don't know if it's a good idea to leave Melody with Harvey though. Like,
What are we gonna do with them?
Who are we gonna leave him with?
We're going into peril constantly. We can't have a child.
no, we don't need to have them
Hey,
with us.
I took Flotsam in the pill all the time, and now look at him.
I'm
He's
fine.
doing
I'm
great.
perfectly well
He's covered in
adjusted.
trauma.
You all get the radiated feeling of stop fighting.
I
We're
think
all
I'm
covered in
fair-
trauma.
I'm fairly well adjusted as far as robots who you rescued from the bottom of the ocean go. I think.
I'm the most well-adjusted robot you've ever seen.
Probably because you're the only.
Well, not after today, huh?
You're the only
bit.
full robot that we've seen.
We're
What do you
definitely
want me
gonna
to-
have to figure this out.
You're right. We should leave the person with the opal eye. I'm sure that would be a great idea.
Oh, that'll be so swell.
Oh,
Speaking of, we have an Opal Eye friend that I have some questions for as well.
All right, we have to end.
Yeah,
this.
like,
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
we leave Melody with you?
Oh,
oh boy.
Good. We could end the session there, but there's gonna be some text.
There is gonna be a lot happening next week. Should we be
Ugh.
here? I don't think we have anything going
um,
on. 18.
not this week, but next week.
Yeah.
Oh, I am getting my second COVID shot
Yeah.
on Sunday,
Hey.
so I might be a little sick, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's where our homie Michael's been. Whew. He's been out of commission. What was our new quote for the set? There's a lot of quotes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Don Quixotes.
Yeah, does it turn to a lowercase? Goddamn. We'll catch you next week, where we see where this newfound entity will go, and all these questions that you now have, and answers you probably don't want.
It's just got like 1,000 times more complicated.
Yeah.
Hey, you got past the tutorial, bud.
Right? One session, and we have like 30 more things to do.
So much for
We've
just one side quest left.
recontextualized, like, so much.
Oh my, that's
We've
true. Yeah.
recontextualized Flotsam.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All of Flotsam.
Yeah.
I also love that basically a lot of his backstory was dropped right before we went in there to be like, oh, there's another war portion here.
That is not. I was not. We can talk about this when this is
Uh-huh.
over. We don't.
Okay.
have to-
Yeah,
Say goodbye.
we'll see you guys
That's
next
here.
week. Oof.
End
Bye.
Thanks, Engine. Hell yeah, one last roar. Yeah!